Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the WestWave Raceway, brand new to the Miscraft Cup Series season number 4. This is race number 7 out of 8, the round of 8, the contending 8 for the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series. 8 drivers in the playoffs, and we have to conquer a 7-turn dirt track / also they got a bridge as well. They got to come overcome here today at the WestWave Raceway, and it's gonna be a very tough racetrack for a lot of guys if they want to be able to conquer it, and they will do just that right after this. And welcome back to the WestWave Raceway for the Hisense 250. You're looking at the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger, his first practice lap here at WestWave. It was actually really smooth for a first practice lap. He posted one of the best times, and that was one of his best times, believe it or not. And he's the road course specialist here, and he also had to conquer a dirt section, which you'd expect someone like Kyle Larson to be able to do, but he is starting on a pole today. That is A.J. Allmendinger in the 47. This will probably be his last chance to get a win in the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series, with Ryan Preikest taking over the 47 in season number 5. Here's Kyle Larson. He hasn't had a win since season number 2, and he's looking for one here today. And the guy who got the win at Talladega Super Speedway, he's here and battling for a championship hope here. That's Jimmy Johnson, and you can see the one Jimmy Murray. He's starting deep in the field here today, and he's looking for a playoff berth here today. But here's the guy with the top news story. It's Austin Cindric driving the number 22 this weekend and next. Because of this crash that happened in the last race at Talladega, Joey Logano injured, and there will be a full injury report linked in the description of the upload here. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's race here at the WestWave Raceway. On row number 1, you have the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger and the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He is one of your playoff contenders. And you have Chase Elliott. He'll be starting right behind him alongside Kyle Busch. And looking through the rest of the field, though, it's the smallest field on the season, but definitely needed so, because it's gonna be chaotic once they get off the bridge, head into the dirt section as well, and they're just not getting the pace laps, trying to get everything settled and ready to go. But this is a playoffs race. It's the contending 8. We've got one more race until we get to the final 4, and let's see who's gonna get it here in WestWave. Green flag is flying for the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger. Yeah, he's a non-playoff driver and led us down to the green flag. Chase Elliott's going to follow in behind him. It was Ryan Blaney that started second, but he falls to third. And up the bridge for the first time today, it's A.J. Allmendinger that'll take the lead, and he's still clear with the top 5, 6, 7 cars, maybe even single file. And it's A.J. Allmendinger, 1 and 2 Chevrolets. He's going to lead lap number 1. Right back into turn number 1. A little bit of a gap there between the 47 and the 9 car. And they're going to try and keep that a little bit more steady. Everyone trying to play a little bit calm here, just make sure they can learn the racetrack. But one that got spun, though, early on, it's the 10 of Aric Almirola, not a playoff contender. But it looked like the 43 might have locked up. He did. He locked up the tires getting into turn 1, and that cost that 10 car a lot of time, a lot of speed there. And it's the 10 of Aric Almirola that's going to fall back. But here is a battle for the lead. The 9 of Chase Elliott on the outside of the Allmendinger. Allmendinger slid a little bit too far to the inside, and that's going to allow the 9 of Chase Elliott. And now the 12 of Ryan Blaney to go for the lead. We got more trouble in the back. Heading out of turn number 7, the 1 of Jamie McMurray spins, and that was all probably because the 4 probably slid up coming out of the dirt section there. But nonetheless, we already have pit stops under the way here at just about halfway here at the WestWave Raceway. The 12 is in, the 47 is in, the 11, the 48. But we got 3 guys running almost bumper to bumper here. We got more trouble. Oh, we got way more trouble here. It's Kevin Harvick that went sideways. Oh, and the 18 of Kyle Busch, he overshot the entry to pit road, and that's going to push he and William Byron out of line just a little bit. But in synchronized fashion, the 42 and the 9 down pit road, will they be able to beat out the 12 of Ryan Blaney and the 47 of A.J. Allmendinger? They will. A lot of close calls. They're coming off of pit road. And the 42 Kyle Larson going to try and chase down the 9 to chase out. There's a spin out of the hairpin there. That'll bring out the caution. Everyone stopped there. especially William Byron has not gotten back going yet. And it looked like the 47 of AJ Allmendinger got into the back end of the 18, maybe a little bit of understeer on the exit of the corner, and that cost he, the 24, or the 19, the 18 some time. And some help needed for the 24 William Byron. Already a quick restart, though, overtime here at WestWave. The 42 of Kyle Larson, a power move to the outside lane. He's going to get it here. Stenhouse now looking for second. And we got trouble with the playoff contender. It's Denny Hamlin. But off the bridge, though, it's the 42 of Kyle Larson. A great run. Top 3 single file. 1 lap to go here at WestWave. This makes the race official. The 9 of Chase Elliott already almost locked in. Just needs to finish this race in the top 4. But speaking of that final 4 battle here, it's the 41 of Kurt Busch looking on the inside, looking from the outside in, and you're looking at the battle there. The 48, the 12, and the 41 were going at it, but nonetheless, the 42 of Kyle Larson, he'll come off turn 7, he will win the race, and Kurt Busch with the first one eliminated out of the final 4 for the playoffs. And Kyle Larson was such a fashion, though, off that restart. A great power move to the outside lane got him that win, and he can finally burn it down once again here in the Miscraft Cup Series. And that was Chase Elliott that finished second. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., we had not talked about him at all, and he finished second. He finished third here today, and he was able to get himself up there. But Kurt Busch, the first driver out of the playoffs. You saw your final 4. That was the 9, the 17, 12, and 48. And Kurt Busch was the only guy that was eliminated that did not have any troubles. And you saw the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He got spun earlier in the race. Right off the final restart there. But that definitely dashes his hopes for a championship to defend for a second title. And Jamie McMurray will not be battling one with the win at Pocono earlier this season. Not going to be able to get there. And the 24 of William Byron, who points his way in, not going to be able to get into the final 4 at all here today. And that's the 24 William Byron. No wins and no final 4 hopes. No championship hopes for that number 24 team. But you got 2 Hendrick teammates, and then you got another pair of Fords there running after the championship. Let's look at your finishing results here today at the WestWave Raceway. Finishing first was a non-playoff driver, the 42 Kyle Larson, and nobody was able to spoil the party and lock themselves in. But it was the 9 of Chase Elliott, the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They were able to get there with top 5 to top 10 finishes for a lot of these drivers. Top 5 finish actually for every one of our drivers that made it into the final 4. But let's go and look at your point standings here today as we take a look onto Dover. So you can see right at the top there, everyone that isn't going to be in the final 4, all the way up to 2,000 points. Just to make sure there's no contention. Not possible for anyone to gain back up on them. But everyone from 5th through 8th, they will retain those spots. They're just going to be battling for 8th through 5th there. And right now, the 41 of Kurt Busch, obviously the guy who finished 5th out of everyone that was in the playoffs. And now he is running 5th in points right there. But the guys that the highest points drivers that are not in the playoffs, Kyle Larson, with a 125 point total right there. But you can definitely see, though, that it's a very interesting final 4. You've got, I would say, 3 young guys and a veteran going at it here in the Miscraft Cup Series. And it was a young guy that got it last season, Daniel Suarez. He got himself the championship there in season number 3. Will we see another one in season number 4, where we see Jimmy Johnson, the veteran, be able to get himself one? But yeah, that's definitely that's gonna be one interesting race for sure. That'll be the Dover International Speedway, a 1-mile concrete track that they're gonna have to overcome here in the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series season number 4. And it was a very quick race, a very quick and very challenging race for these drivers here at the WestWave Raceway. They overcame a very heavily slanted bridge and also a dirt section as well. That was definitely one of the more interesting tracks that we've had here in the Miscraft Cup Series. So that'll wrap it up here at the WestWave Raceway. Race number 8, the finale for the NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series season number 4, will be coming at the Dover International Speedway on November 3rd. We'll be live streaming here on the Miscraft Broadcasting Channel.